Welcome to everyone in Gmat Quant Finder. In this video, we are going to talk about the first five question of statistics. So let's start with this video. Question number one. Question number one says to us that there's a company in 2005, the average product is 2000 per month. That means in a year, it will come out to be 2000 into 12, that is 24,000 in a year. This is 2005. Now, if we talk about 2006 to 2008, there's an increase of 200% in the product. That means if in 2005 it is 2000 product, so 200% it is increase, that will come out to be 6000 product on an average. So in 2006 to 2008, the product will come out to be 6000 per month. That means in a year, it will come out to be 72,000. We need to find out what is the average number of product from 2005 to 2008. So in 2005, it is 24,000, whereas in 2006, it is 72,000. Same for 2007 as well, 72,000. And same for 2008, again, 72,000. So simply, we can multiply with this three. If we do that, the final answer after doing the calculation, it will come out to be 264,000, or we can also say that 2,64,000. That is option number D is absolutely the correct answer. So if I talk about this particular question, in this, they have merged the concept of percentage and statistics. It is a basic question, but again, we can expect that these kind of level of question will lie at the range of 695 to 705. Now we'll move forward to the next question. Question number two. Question number two says to us that after a semester in the college, they have given some grading system. There are five courses, and A minus, there will be two who receive two A negative, and one who get B positive, and one who get B. So we need to figure it out what is the lowest grade, and it is given that the average grading of the entire five courses is 3.5. So we need to apply again the basic formula that average is equal to total over number of courses. So from here, we can write one formula that total marks will come out to be average into number of course. So total we don't know, average is 3.5 and the total number of courses are 5. If we do this calculation, the total will come out to be 17.5. Now, 17.5 is equal to 2 who receive A negative, and A negative is represented 3.7. That is 2 into 3.7. Then plus 1 who receive B positive, that is 3.2, 3.3, 3.3. And the next who get as B, and B is represented by 3. And the fifth person is, let assume it to be an X. So from here, we can find out the value of X. X will come out to be 3.8. 3.8. Till A negative, it is 3.7. That means the person who scored 3.7 or below that, it will lie in A negative. That is 3.7 to 3.3, it will lie in A negative. Whereas the X value is coming out to be 3.8, definitely it will lie in A grade. Because if I talk about grade A, it is from 4 to 3.7. All the value that is coming in between of that, it all having the A grade. That means the correct answer for this is option number A grade. Again, the basic question of average, just we need to apply the formula and we need to do a little bit calculation. Now we will move forward to the next question, that is question number 3. Question number 3 is based upon the stocks. There are five stocks, $20, $35, $40, $45, and $70. It is given that one stock is increased by 15% and another stock is decreased by 35%. Now, the problem here is they are not mentioned that which stock is increased and which stock is decreased. That we need to figure it out. And after that, it has mentioned that the remaining, all the three stocks are constant. Now, after that, in the same question, it is also mentioned that approximately there is an increase of 2% price in the overall price. So firstly, if I talk about the total price, 20 plus 35 plus 40 plus 45 plus 70, we do the addition of all of them, summation of the entire value, it will come out to be 210. And they're saying that the 2% has been increased. Okay. Now, if I talk about this particular expression, we can able to see that this is 15% and this is 35%. It is increased and this is decreased. But even after decreasing the much more percentage still, overall, there's an increase in the value. So that is for sure the decreasing value must be very less in comparison to the value which is increased. That means this particular value which is increased, it having the high magnitude and this having the low magnitude. That's the reason after increasing the small percentage, that is just 15%, and decreasing much more value, that is 35%, still we are getting the overall as increase as 2%. So from here, we can definitely say that the maximum values will, we can do a hit and try. We can firstly assume that the value which is the highest, let assume that it is increased by 15%. So if we find out 17 of 15%, or 15% of 70, that will roughly come out to be 105, and decrease value we will consider as the smallest. Again, it a hit and try method. We are not sure whether 70 and 20 we need to take or not. We have no idea. But the logic that we are going to implement is that the value which is decreasing, it is the smaller one, and the value which is increasing, it is of greater one. And we can also observe that the difference of increasing and decreasing, it is more than twice. Here it is 15% and here it is 35%. Double of 15 is 30. It is much more than that. So from here also we are getting an idea that the difference between the number which is increased and the number which is decreased, there must be a gap of double. At least it should be the criteria. So that's the reason we are firstly checking with 70 and 20. In case if it is not justified, then we will go with 70 and 35, then 70 and 40. Like this, we need to follow it. It look like that it will take a lot of time, but in reality, if you do this calculation within 2 minutes, you can able to do this question very easily. After that, we will go with the 20% of 20 of 35%. And if we figure it out, this will come out to be 7. Overall, the difference between them is come out to be 3.5. How to find out the percentage change? Percentage is 3.5, the difference over the initial value, that is 210, and that multiply with 100. That will roughly come out to be 1.7%. Okay, read the question very carefully. It is mentioned that it is approximately 2%. It is not exact. That means 1.7 we can consider. So in this, we have changed 70 and 20. Remaining all the numbers will remain constant, 35, 40, and 45. 35, 40, and 45, yes. And in the question, they're asking the same thing, that which of the following will be the price of the share that remain constant. So the two values has been changed and the remaining three numbers is constant. They are 35, 40, and 45. Again, if I talk about this particular question, because of the calculation and because of the last step, we can consider these kind of question is also on the range of 700, 725 more precisely. We can say that these kind of question will lie in this range. The only reason is first the hit and try, and second is the calculation. There is not a big concept here. The only thing we need to apply the basic things, but because of the calculation, it might take some time. So the correct answer for this is option number E. The same explanation is given in the another slide as well. Now, we will move to question number 4. Question number 4. Let's see question number 4. If John make a contribution to a charity fund at school, the average contribution size is increased by 50% and reach 75 rupees. That means if John is taking the participation, in that case, the average value which is given to us, which is equal to $75. If there are five other contributor made before John, what is the size of donation? That is, we can clearly say that before John, there are 5%, and the average value of that, we need to firstly figure it out. So if new average is equal to 75%, and this is 50% more than the previous average, so you can write 1.5, and assume the previous average is equal to small a, which is equal to 75. From here, a value will come out to be $50. That means before John has came into the role, the average value is equal to $50. We know that average is what? Summation of value over total number of observation. Before John, what is the total number of observation? 5 observation. What is the sum? That we don't know. Let represent with S. When the average is equal to 50. So summation of value before John have entered into the role, that is $250. $250. Now, Once the John has came into the picture, we can able to say that average is came out to be 75 and average is equal to sum of value that is 250 plus the summation of John value. Let assume that to be as J over total number of observation. Total number of observation now is 6. Now, if we just simplify by doing the cross multiplication, John value will come out to be 200 rupees, $200, which is our option number C. So again, this question is not complicated, a very simple question. We need to firstly write the formula of average. Based upon that, we need to apply, we need to understand the question that a person is being included. So how we have to change the total number of observation. That's it. If I just break this particular question in the steps, so this is the first step where we have find the average before John have came into the picture. This is the step number one. After once the John have came, what is the summation means what is the before John have came, what is the average value? We have figured it out. Now we will try finding the total sum of the value. This is the step number 02. And at the end, by using again the average formula, we have find what is the size of donation that John have given. That is $200. This is the step number 03. I hope that all the steps are clear. This is the complete explanation which we have already discussed. Now, we will move forward to the next question. That is question number 5, and that is the last question of this video. So this question is again based upon the mean. The question is saying to us that if there is a mean, if there's a, we need to firstly find out the mean of these values. That is -4 plus -1 plus 0 plus 6 plus 9. For mean, we need to divide with the total number of observation. Mean is nothing, but it is equal to average. Although mean is of two types, arithmetic mean and geometric means, but if it is nothing given, we need to assume it to be an arithmetic mean only, which is equal to average. And if we do this calculation, we will get the result as 2. Now, the question is saying that if two smallest element are replaced with two different prime number, then what will be the percentage increase? Minimum percentage increase, we need to figure it out. So if two smallest value is being replaced, so the two smallest value here is -4 and -1, and it is replaced with two different prime numbers. See, we need the minimum percentage increase. So which prime number we need to consider? Definitely the smallest prime number. The smallest prime number is 2. After 2, it will be 3. So that means the new series will be 2, 3, 0, 6, 9. And if we find out the mean of this, the result will come out to be 4. Same process, sum of the value divided by total number of observation. So if we do that, the mean value will come out to be 4. After that, we need to apply the formula of percentage change. Percentage change formula is change over initial value into 100. So change is how much? 2 means from 2, it has become 4. That means the change is of 2. Again, whenever we are finding the percentage change, it can never be negative. That's the reason in the formula I have written change, not initial minus final, not final minus initial. If you want to write in that term, you can write percentage change is equal to absolute of initial minus final over initial into 100. Okay, because percentage change can never be negative. So the change is 2 to 4, the difference is 2 over the initial value is 2 only into 100. If we simplify this, this will come out to be 100%. 100% is absolutely the correct answer, which is our option number D. Option number D is absolutely the correct answer. So if we just talk about all the 5 questions that we have discussed in this particular video, the questions are not difficult. In few of the question, we need to apply a little bit calculation. In few of the question, we just need to apply the basics. But still, the level of the difficulties is from 695 to 725. As I mentioned, that question number 3, in which we have to do a little bit hit and try, it is just we have then we can able to do with the first hit and try and we get the answer, but always the scenario will not be the same. That is the reason this question having the difficulty of 725. Remaining all the question is having the difficulty lying from 695 to 705, 715 as well. So the questions levels are easy. Only we just need to do a little bit practice and a little bit command on calculation and concept. So this is all about in this particular video. In the next video, we are going to cover the next 5 questions of statistics.